Hello students, welcome to this lecture on fundamental arithmetic operations and BODMAS. Okay, so in this lecture what we will be covering is we will be covering some basic concepts and some types of problems that are basically asked on this topic, okay, on various competitive exams. So let's start this topic. So what are fundamental arithmetic operations? Okay, these are basically arithmetic operations, okay, that are foundation of arithmetic. Okay, so we already know that what are basic arithmetic operations, that are actually addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, we already know what these operations are and how they evaluate two numbers. Okay, for how two numbers are operated using these operations. Okay, so arithmetic operations are basic processes used to manipulate numerical values. You have some numerical values and you use arithmetic operation to manipulate those values. Okay, so there are basically four types of arithmetic operations. Okay, the first kind of arithmetic operation is addition. Okay, so the first kind of arithmetic operation is addition, that is 3 plus 2 x plus y if they are knowns. Okay, and for the second type of arithmetic operation, it is subtraction. Okay, so 3 minus 2 x minus y when these are unknowns, and this is basically an example involving constants. So the third kind of arithmetic operation is multiplication. Okay, so 3 into 2 and x into y. And the fourth kind of arithmetic operation is division. Okay, so division is basically 3 divided by 2, or we also write this as 3 by 2. Okay, and x by y, given that y is not equal to 0, because we can't divide any number by 0, it will become undefined. Okay, so let's explore. So exploring the first kind of arithmetic operation, that is addition. Addition is the process of combining two or more numbers, okay, to find their total sum. So if you are given two numbers, let's say 3 plus 2, 3 and 2, and you want to find their total sum. So what it is equal to is 5. If you are given three numbers, that is 3 plus 2 plus 1. So what you do is you sum 5 plus 1, then what you are getting is 6. Okay, you can add similarly what we can do is we can add n numbers of numbers. Okay, so we can add any finite numbers and get their sum. Okay, so it is denoted by the plus symbol. Okay, the symbol is plus. So for example, the expression 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Okay, the sum is 8. Similarly, you can see that the subtraction is the process of finding the difference between two numbers. You are given 3 and you are given 2. So what is their difference? Difference is 1. Okay, and it is denoted by minus symbol. For example, the expression 8 minus 4, because the difference is 4, that is why the answer will be 4. Okay, the difference is 4. And for the third kind of arithmetic operation, it is multiplication. Okay, so multiplication is the process of repeated addition. Okay, so here just note down this term, repeated addition. So if we are given 3 into 2, okay, so what you do is you add 2, the second term in the multiplication, 3 times with the first term. Okay, that is 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many times 2 was added to itself? 3 times. Okay, and that is equal to 6. Okay, so this is what repeated addition is. Okay, so for example, the expression 3 into 6 is the product is 18. So what is its product? Basically 6 is added 3 times. 6 plus 6 plus 6, 3 times. Okay, you can also write this as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, added 6 times. In this case, it was 3 times. So let's explore the fourth kind of arithmetic operation, that is division. So division is the process of sharing a quantity equally into groups. Okay, so you are given a piece of, not a piece of, you are given some quantity. Okay, let's say you have marbles, 4 marbles. and you are trying to divide it among two people. So we all know that each people will get 2 marbles. 2 marbles, right? So each people will get 2 marbles. Okay, how we got it? So basically we got it by division. Division is the process of sharing a quantity equally into groups. Okay, so equally is very important. We never divide and get unequal proportions. Okay, so it is basically divided by this division symbol. This symbol is used to denote division. Okay, and sometimes using fraction bar, like I already said, 3 by 2, 3 divided by 2 can also be written as 3 by 2. Okay, this fraction bar is also involved in some cases. Okay, it's just a matter of choice. Okay, so for example, in the expression 12 divided by 3 or 12 by 3, the quotient is 4. Okay, so you have 12 marbles and you try to divide it among 3 peoples. So each people will get 4 marbles, and remember that each people will get 4 marbles. So the proportion each people is getting is constant. Okay, so what is BODMAS? Okay, BODMAS is an acronym that stands for the order of operations in mathematics. Okay, so what kind of order is maintained while doing arithmetic operations? Okay, let's say you have, let's say 3 plus 2 divided by 5. Okay, so how should we evaluate this thing? Should we first add 3 plus 2 then divide by 5? So basically, is it 5 divided by 5? Okay, or is it 3 plus 2 by 5? Okay, which one of these is correct? Okay, if you are given this term, so what will you evaluate? Will you evaluate this one or will you be evaluating this one? Okay, because it will be a confusion, right? If we add, whether to add 3 plus 2 first or to divide by 5, or whether to divide 2 by 5 first. Okay, so what to do first? Okay, which one to do first? Okay, that is why the BODMAS, that is the rule which governs the fundamental arithmetic operations, comes into the picture. So BODMAS is the acronym that stands for the order of operations in mathematics. So it provides a set of rules. Okay, so there are basically a set of rules to determine the sequence in which operations should be performed when evaluating an expression with multiple arithmetic operations. Okay, so here you can see that there are multiple arithmetic operations. You have plus and division here. Okay, addition and division here. So what is the order of sequence, okay, in which the arithmetic operation should be evaluated? So that's what BODMAS tells us. BODMAS gives us a set of rules that we can apply and we can get out of this confusion what to do first in case of two different arithmetic operations appearing in one picture. Okay, BODMAS. Okay, BODMAS, you can see that this is the acronym. So B stands for brackets. Okay, so evaluate expression inside the brackets first, starting from the innermost bracket and moving outwards. So if you are given 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6 divided by 5, okay, into 3. Let's say this is written something like this. Okay, so how will you proceed? So it tells us that what we do is we evaluate the innermost bracket first. Okay, so the innermost bracket is this one. So first we search for brackets. Where are the brackets here? So basically the innermost bracket is 6 divided by 5. So this bracket tells us that this is 6 by 5. So we divide 6 by 5 first. Okay, so what we next do is we then go to the next innermost bracket, that is 5 plus 6 by 5 into 3. So this part becomes 5 plus 6 by 5 into 3. Okay, so we are now free of brackets, and what we do is we evaluate these that is equal to 5 plus 18 by 5. Okay, then what we do is we add 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 18 by 5. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, and now we don't have any confusions because addition doesn't matter in terms of the sequence. Okay, so if you have like 3 numbers, you already know that doesn't matter what you add first. Okay, if there is only addition operation. So we have already evaluated B, right? This is bracket. So now what we are left with is O. Okay, so O is order. So perform any operation involving exponents or powers first. Okay, after dealing with brackets. So when we are done with brackets, okay, we have already done brackets. We are done with brackets. There are no more brackets. Okay, so now what we search for is we search for exponents. Are there any exponents? Okay, or powers. So if we are given like 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 divided by 6 square. Okay, plus 9. Okay, let's say into 7, and there is another bracket. Okay, then how will you proceed? So what we do is we first search for brackets, that is this one. So what it becomes is 3 by 6 square, right? And then we go for further brackets. Are there any other brackets? Yes. So we evaluate further and try to get out of these brackets. Okay, so 3 by 6 square plus 9 into 7. Okay, this is what we are left with. So what we do next is we search for powers or exponents because we are done with brackets, right? So now what we can do is we can deal with the powers or exponents. Here the only power or exponent available is 6 power 2. Okay, so what we do is we evaluate this. So we evaluate that, we simplify this. So this is equal to 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 by 36, right? Plus 9 into 7. Okay, so we are now done with exponents. Then we evaluate further. Okay, so this is how O is also done now. Okay, so we'll move to the next part in the BODMAS name. That is the next alphabet is D. So let's see. So D stands for division. Okay, so we are done with this one, done with this one. So this is division. Okay, division. So perform division and multiplication operations from left to right. From left to right meaning first what we do is first we do division, then we do multiplication. First division, then multiplication. Okay, so let's say you have two numbers, 3 divided by 5 into 6. So the question again arises, is it 3 by 5 into 6 or is it 3 by 5 into 6, that is equal to 3 by 30? Which one of these? So this is equal to 18 by 5 and this is equal to 1 by 10. These two are purely different numbers. This is equal to, this is basically less than 1 and this is greater than 3. Okay, so these two numbers are different. Okay, so it actually matters. So what we do according to the BODMAS rule is we search for brackets. Are there any brackets? No. So then what we do next is we search for O, that is exponents. Okay, exponents or powers. Are there any exponents or powers? No, right? So next what we can do is we can move further. So right now what we have is first division. Okay, division first, then multiplication. Okay, so division, yes, 3 divided by 5. Okay, so 3 by 5. This is how we write it. And first we divide 3 by 5. Then what we do is we then multiply with 6. Okay, because after that what we move forward is to multiplication. Okay, so this will be the answer. That is 18 plus 5 is the correct answer. This is the wrong answer. Okay. So let's move forward to the next part. That is, we are done with D, that is division and multiplication. And what we are left with is A and S. Okay. So the fourth rule in the BODMAS rule book is, that is addition and subtraction. First what we do is we do addition and then we go for subtraction. Okay. So first addition and then subtraction. So let's see an example. Let's say you have 5 plus 3 minus 2. Okay. So what we do in this case is, what to do first is we first do addition. Okay. We first evaluate addition. Let this part. So this is 8, then minus 2. That is equal to 6. Okay. So this is 8, and then what we did was we subtracted it and we found 6. Okay. So we are done with B, that is brackets, bracket, order, exponent or powers, and D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and then subtraction. So first bracket, search for brackets. Then what you search for is powers or exponents. Okay. Then what you do is we try to search for divisions. Okay. Then what you search for is multiplication. And then what you search for is addition. And then what you do is subtraction. So BODMAS is completed. Okay. The set of rules are these. Okay. First you do is, what you do is brackets. Then what you do is powers or exponents. Then what you do is divisions. Then what you do is multiplication. Then comes addition, following subtraction. Okay. So let's see now the types of questions that are being asked on various competitive exams regarding the topic fundamental arithmetic operations and BODMAS. Okay. So the first kind is the basic arithmetic operations. Some of them we have already seen and we will see some others also. Okay. And the second type is word problem. Okay. So the third type is order of operations. Okay. So it will involve all the 4 set of rules that we have just now studied. It will involve those rules. Okay. And then what we are left with is fraction and decimal operations. Okay. There will be some type of question on them. So them too. Okay. And then there will be percentage problems. And then there will be profit loss problems, ratio and proportion problems, age problems, and mixture problems. Okay. We'll see each one in detail. Okay. So let's jump further. So the first type is basic arithmetic operation. So you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of numbers. Okay. Solving equation involving one or more arithmetic operation. Okay. So let's see an example to get a better gist at it. So the first question is 2x plus 5 is equal to 15. We already have seen these kind of problems. Okay. So how we go further is 2x plus 5 is equal to 15 is given. So what we do next is, in the LHS side, first we remove the constant term, that is 2x plus 5. And what we do is subtract with 5. Then we have to do the same in the right hand side, that is subtract with 5. So then what we are left with is 2x. So that is equal to 10. So this implies that what we do next is we divide by 2 on both sides. Since 2 is not equal to 0, so the term can't be undefined. Okay. So we can do this kind of divisions. So x by 2, 2x by 2 is equal to 10 by 2, that is equal to 5. So x is equal to 5 is the final answer. Okay. So here you can see x is equal to 5 is the final answer. The solution to the equation is x is equal to 5. So the second kind of problem that are being asked is on word problems. Okay. Let's see an example. So a store sells apples for 3 rupees each. If Ram buys 2 apples and Sarah buys 3 apples, okay, what is the total cost? Okay. So a store store sells apples for 3 rupees each. Okay, the price of each apple is 3 rupees and Ram buys 5 apples. Okay, so you can see that 5 apples were bought. If one apple is 3 rupees, then 5 apples, 5 into 3 rupees. Okay, that is equal to 15 rupees. So if Sarah buys 3 apples, okay, so if we buy another 3 apples, so 3 into 3 rupees, that is equal to 9 rupees. Okay, so what is the total cost? Okay, both of them bought some apples. Ram bought 5 apples, Sarah bought 3 apples. So in total, what it will cost them is 15 plus 9, that is equal to 24. So you must have been wondering, how will it involve BODMAS rule? Okay, so 5 into 3 plus 3 into 3, what it is equal to? Okay, is it equal to 5 into 6 into 3? Okay, doing this one first, or 5 into 3, that is 15 plus 9. Okay, which one of these is correct? Is it equal to this or this? Okay, so here comes the BODMAS rule. So what we search for is bracket first, there are none. So then what we search for is power or exponents, there are none. So what we do next is we search for division, are there? No. So then we search for multiplication, and yes, we have two multiplication symbols here, here and here. Okay, so we will evaluate them first, that is 15, then plus 9, and what we do next is we do the addition, that is 24, and then we search for subtraction, there is none. Okay, so 24 will be the answer. This is how this problem will be solved by BODMAS. So you can see right here, 24 is the final answer using BODMAS rule. So the third kind of question is order of operations, evaluating expression involving brackets, exponents, and the order of operations. Okay, so evaluate the expression 8 plus 3 into 4 minus 6 by 2. So BODMAS, right? Bracket first. So 8 plus 3, that is 11. Then 4 minus 6 divided by 2. Then what we search for is exponents, there are none. And then what we search for is division. So there is 1. So what we do is we evaluate it first. So minus 6 by 2, that is 3. So what we search for next is multiplication. So here, so 11 into 4, that is 44. Then what we do is we try to add, but there are no addition symbols involved here. So that is why we go for subtraction, and there is 1. And then what we are left with is 41. Okay, so 41 is the final answer. Okay, so the fourth kind of question is on fraction and decimal operations. So the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of fractions and decimals. Let's see an example to get a better gist at it. So if we calculate the value of 2.5 plus 0.75, what we are left with is 2.5 plus 0.75. So this is nothing but 25 by 10. We already know how it is converted to fraction, and this is 75 by 10. And we can also write this as 25 divided by 10 plus 75 divided by 10. Now you can see BODMAS rule here. So no brackets, no exponent, division here, here. So we divide it by first, that is 2.5. Then we divide it by first, that is 0.75. It is 100. Okay, 0.75. Then we add it. Okay, so it will be equal to what? 3.25. 2.5 plus 0.75. Okay, 5 will be here, and 7 plus 8, 12. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. 3.25 will be the final answer. Okay, so the fifth kind of problem is on percentages. Okay, calculating percentages involving percentage problem. Let's solve the problem on it. That is, what is 20% of 80? First we do is convert 20% to decimal, that is 0.2 of 80. So multiply by 80. So this implies this is nothing but 2 by 10 into 80. So what we do first is we divide it by first, then we multiply with 80. So what we are left with is 2 into 8, that is equal to 16. Okay, so 16 will be the answer. That is 20% of 80 is equal to 16. Okay, this is the answer. So the sixth kind of question is on time, speed and distance problem. So using arithmetic operations to solve problems related to time, speed and distance. We all know that the relation between time, speed and distance. So speed is equal to distance by time. And let's solve some problems on this involving the BODMAS rule. Okay, so it asks us that a car travels at a speed of 60 km per hour. How long will it take to cover a distance of 180 km? Okay, so 180 divided by 6. What it is equal to is 3. So it will take 3 hours to complete the journey. Okay, it will take 3 hours. So let's see the seventh kind of problem, that is on profit and loss problems. So involving problems, profit, loss, cost price and selling price. Okay, so if an item is bought for 50 rupees and sold for 70 rupees, what is the profit percentage? Okay, so he bought for 50 and sold for 50. So the net profit, it is equal to 70 selling price minus cost price, that is 50. So this is equal to 20. Okay, so what percentage of 50 is 20? Okay, so 0. Let's say 0.x into 50 is equal to 20. So this implies that what we are left with is x is equal to 20 by 50 into 10, that is 2 by 5 into 10. So this is equal to nothing but 4. So this implies that 0.x is equal to 4. So this implies that x is equal to 40. So there will, the percentage is 40. So the profit percentage is 40. Okay, so selling price minus cost price, that is 20, and profit percentage is equal to profit by cost price into 100. So that is equal to 20 divided by 50 into 100, that is 40%. We can also use this formula right here. Okay, it is done by the second method. So the profit percentage is profit by cost price or CP into 100. So it is 20 by 50 into 100, that is equal to 40%. Okay, using the second method. But you can see that both these methods have same answers because the process is correct. Okay, so the eighth kind of problem is on ratio and proportion problems. So using arithmetic operations to solve problems related to ratios and proportions. So the ratio of boys to girls is 3:5. There are 40 students in total. Okay, 3x plus 5x is equal to 40. So this implies that 8x is equal to 40. So this implies that x or 1x is equal to 5. So there are 15 girls, 15 boys. Okay, and what? 25 girls in the classroom. Okay, boys and girls are, okay, it only asked us boys, so it is 15. So let's solve the age problems, okay, involving ages. So the sum of ages of father and son is 60. If the father's age is twice the son's age, find their ages. Okay, let son's age be x years and father's age will be twice, so 2x years. So given that their sum is 60, so 3x is equal to 60, so x is equal to 60 by 3, that is 20. So 20 will be the final answer. Okay, so there are mixture problems also. So a mixture of 5 liters of water and 3 liters of juice is prepared. So what is the percentage of water in the mixture? So calculating the total volume of mixture, we get 8 liters. Okay, then what we do is percentage of water. So volume of water by total volume into 100. Okay, so it will be 62.5. 5%. So the percentage of water in the mixture is approximately 62.5%. Okay. Final answer. So that's all for today. Thank you.